This is a Toastmaster talk. The title is The Voice. We all hear the voice in our lives, the voice of reason, the voice of our conscience, and some believe the voice of God. It tells us sometimes what direction to take. It's a sense that we have about what is right and what is wrong. Do we always listen to that voice? On the 5th of January 2002, I woke up at 4 in the morning. I turned over and I realized that my bed was wet and it was not water. I got up and looked into the mirror, and the usual dashing, handsome face wasn't there. There was a large bump on my forehead, goose egg. I wish I could say it was the first time that happened. I didn't remember how it got there. I remember when I sat back down, I heard a voice, stop or die. Stop drinking or die. That caused a chill to go through me. I wasn't sure what it was about, but it shook me to the core. A couple more hours went by, and I started to think about the night before. I didn't really remember. I had spent time with a former girlfriend, Barb, and she was filling my glass, more wine, encouraged me to drink, and then things kind of just went black again. I started to think maybe I should stop drinking. So I decided to ask Barb's opinion. So I went over with her later on that day my idea about stopping drinking and kind of the sense I had about that. Not amused. You don't have a drinking problem, Scott. You get up every day to go to work. Alcoholics don't do that. That's a stupid idea. Don't do that. I didn't agree. So I went back home and thought it through more. Listen to the voice. Stop or die. I started to formulate the plan that I would stop drinking. I wasn't very successful prior to that. I tried several times. Didn't last more than a day. I would have to go to the hospital and check myself in. So I got my coat on and I walked into the cold night. It was pretty bitter cold that night. Icy, snowing, shivered. Walking to the hospital, thinking through that plan. And I walked to the nurse's desk and I said the most important words in my life so far. I have a drinking problem and I need help. I cannot stop. So they admitted me to the hospital. And ironically, they put me in a suicide bed, a psych bed that night. And I laid there deep into the night, thinking about how perhaps that was a stupid idea. And I called the person who gave me the great advice about this, former girlfriend, Barb, who was not amused. She was angry and thought I made a big mistake. And I thought through that. And I made the decision that I was going to see this through. Despite as hard as that was for me to go through that process. Alone, I made that decision that I was going to hear that voice or see that through and listen to that voice. And so that's what I did. So what I learned from that experience, sometimes you have to take a chance. If you want to be the person that you want to be, if you want to embrace that, you have to listen to that voice inside. Perhaps it's telling you to achieve your goal, to achieve your dreams, to pursue your dreams, Maybe the rational part of you feels that's impossible. But what I learned from that was the best decision I could have made.